It's all made out with stuff I want.
Oh boy, you don't waste any time, do ya?
Whoa! No!
Have you been a good little boy this year?
Oh yeah, I've been real good.
Ha! That's laughable.
Well, that's good to hear. What do you have on your list?
The usual action figures, toy cars, no clothes though. And what I really want is an Echo CS-330T chainsaw.
What? A chainsaw?
He sure has the imagination, doesn't he?
He sure does. Don't put anything past him though, Santa.
Well, maybe we could get you a toy chainsaw to start you off with.
I don't want no stinking toy saw. I want the real deal, baby. I want to get out there and hack through them trees.
I understand that, but chainsaws are dangerous, little boy.
Yeah, Johnny. You'll chop your hand off with that thing.
No, I won't. I want a CS-330T.
Whoa, ho, ho! We'll see, little boy. Maybe Santa will bring you what you want, but only if you're good. Here,
Oh,
have a candy cane, and Merry Christmas! Ho, 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 ho! Next!
Now it's time for Grandpa to do some Christmas shopping, little Johnny. Hey, Taryl, give me some two-cycle mix, will ya?
Sure thing, Gary. Have you been a good boy this year?
Ha ha ha! Real funny, Taryl. Now cut the crap. I don't have time for this. Give me the two-cycle oil.
How about you, little Johnny? What do you want for Christmas?
I want Echo CS-330T.
I don't know about that, little Johnny. That's a powerful piece of equipment. You might chop your hand off with that. You know it'd be perfect for you. A toy chainsaw.
Oh, come on. I know what I'm doing.
Well, you'll have to ask Santa. Maybe he'll bring you one for Christmas.
Ha! Yeah! Right. Something tells me Santa ain't gonna be bringing no chainsaw. How about a PS2?
PS2? That's a POS. Plus I already got PS5. I want a chainsaw so I can open my own tree cutting business.
This kid, Taryl, I tell ya, sure has the imagination. Well, we better get home, Johnny. Santa will be here tonight. And Dolores is at home right now baking cookies as we speak. So you and Junior have a Merry Christmas.
All right, you too.
Come on, Johnny, let's get out of here.
Hey, little Johnny, want a candy cane?
Oh, awesome. Thanks, Taryl. Oh. Oh,
Johnny, come on, let's go.
my brace gets shot off.
We're gonna have to get you to the dentist to put them back on. It's gonna be very expensive.
Pterodactyl here. Today's video is going to be on this here lawn vac. This is a Trac Vac brand lawn vac. And this engine is shot. It just completely wore out. It's not worth trying to repair it because the cost to repair it would exceed the cost of a new one. Plus, the customer needs it back right away because he uses this commercially to pick up leaves and he wants it back in a hurry and he can't wait for us to fix it. But it's just wore out. It just uses oil immensely, and the reason it's using so much oil is a bunch of dirt had got past the air filter. The air box had been loose and it sucked in a bunch of dirt and it just wore the motor out to the point where it's just belching oil. It's just using so much oil. It's using oil faster than it's using gasoline. And again, to repair this engine wouldn't be cost effective, plus they need it back. So we're gonna replace it. And we know what we're gonna replace it with? That's right, your favorite engine, the Predator. we're gonna put a predator on here. But the problem is the muffkin. The muffkin sticks out past here. The muffkin sticks past here. So we're gonna have to do a modification to get it to fit. So the first thing we're gonna do is take this engine off. So we have to get the fan off, get this blower housing off, and then we'll get the engine off of there, and then we'll get everything mounted up. Tilt that out of the way, that'll make it a little easier. Put my spectacles on. Find a impact to use. Alright. So sometimes there's a set screw on here. Yeah, there it is. On these blower shrouds, or on this fan, I should say. So we need an Allen wrench. That's the size you got. Whoa. That doesn't appear to want to come out. Alright, we're gonna have to heat that up. So instead of the oxygen and amphetamine, may be able to just heat it up with a propane. Alright, let's see if that was enough. I'm gonna try the old wax trick. Doesn't always work, but sometimes it does. And it's not working, I don't think. We get a pair of pliers on there. No. Alright. Gotta do the old heat quench. Let's get the oxygen and amphetamine torch in here. Alright, this is the only way to heat stuff up. Oxygen and amphetamine. Get that baby cherry red. Give it a little quenching with some agua. What do I do with that? There it is. She's loose. See? The old heat quench. I like the wax trick too, but like I said, it doesn't always work. Alright. So I'm going to put this bolt back in without the washer. Then I'm going to get my impact or my air hammer. I want to screw it in far enough. And we're going to see if we can shock that fan off of there. It's not coming off. It's bending the bolt. So you know what that means? More oxygen and amphetamine. Now that's going to take some time. Alright, I'm getting pretty close to my favorite flavor, Cherry Red. What song is that from? Rolling Stones, baby. Standing in line with Mr. Jimmy. A man, did he look pretty ill? We decided that we would have a soda. My favorite flavor, Cherry Red. I sung my song to Mr. Jimmy. He took one look at me and he said, "You're dead." Ha ha ha. Cherry Red. I know you love when I butcher a song, don't you? I should have been a butcher. Because I can butcher a song, boy. Taking it from one extreme to the other. They're still sizzling. Okay. Now, where was that bolt I bent up? I'll have to put a new one in. Alright, let's see if it'll move now. She's moving. Back her out a little. Yep, she's moving. I got it stuck now. There we go. She's coming off. Might have to get a longer bolt. I don't want to booger up the threads. Alright, let me get a longer bolt. Take a break. Alright, I got a longer bolt. Well, it's coming off slowly. If I don't punch a hole in my hand. I need a point on here. Take a break. Hopefully this will put a divot in this bolt. I can put a point on it. There we go. Well, you can't always get what you want. But if you try sometime, you can get the pulley off. Well, the fan. It's a fan, not a pulley. You get what you need. All right. We got that off. Now, get them out. They're gonna go for a swim. Come on, you wanna go for a swim? Yeah. Woo, they're all jumping in the pool. Come on, get in the pool. All right. There we go. All right, now we gotta drain the pool. All right, we're emptying the pool. Time to get out. Get out, kids. Now, one thing to keep in mind when you're doing this, verify the diameter of your crankshaft. Because some of these vacs have 1-inch crankshafts. So if you go buy a Harbor Freight engine, it's only got a 3/4 crankshaft. So make sure you know what diameter crankshaft you have. And some of these agrifabs have a tapered crankshaft that fan goes on. So you hate to go buy an engine, try to do the swap and find out you got the special tapered crank or you got a 1-inch crank. And then you're going to be running back to Harbor Freight and taking that engine back. So now I just have to unbolt the engine from here. I'll clean up that deck. Well, let's pull out the Harbor Freight engine. And take a look-see. Here we go. Oh, they give you a big old 1-foot long spark plug socket. So here's the engine, and this is what I mean. See the muffkin? Muffkin's sticking past here. So the problem you're going to have is that fan housing isn't going to bolt up to here. Let's get that off. Give us a new hunk of key. Maybe put that in a safe spot so I can lose it later. Let me get rid of this plastic. So yeah, this isn't gonna, it's not gonna bolt up to the engine. It's in the way. All right, well, that's the end of the video. Guess we're gonna have to take this back to Harbor Freight. Subscribe to this YouTube now. I got a fix for that. Let's pop this baby up on the bench here. So for a lot of you Taryl fans, you grass rats out there, a lot of you already know what I'm going to do. But for the guy that's just tuning in now, saying, what's this crazy hillbilly going to do? How's he going to fix that? I'm going to show you. So we need to either cut and move this muffkin, or we need to put a different muffkin on it. And we're going to put a different muffkin on it. One from Brakes and Scrap 'em. So I did a video probably about a month ago. One of these lawn vacs came in with a Brakes and Scrap 'em on it. It had stuck piston rings. Only had about 10 hours on the engine. And we noticed that the engine was pretty much identical to one of these Harbor Freight ones, other than the Muffkin. So here's the Muffkin, see? It's got the little Briggs emblem on it. And this is way off to the side there. So here's the part number for you grass rats that may want to do this. And I think this Muffkin, I'm going to have to look it up. I think it's around $60. So this is a little more added cost. But again, it's still cheaper than buying that replacement engine from Brakes and Scrap'em. The new version of this would probably have that plastic camshaft in it. Where this, if you watch that video that I did, this has got a cast iron camshaft in it. This is actually a better engine than that piece of fecal matter right there. So that will just keep for parts, because it's got a lot of good parts on it. And you know that this is a good high quality part because here, see, it's made in China. So it's come about 5,000 miles to get here. All right, so let's take these off. And I think the only thing we have to do is we just have to open up these holes a little bit. So we need, what, like a 13 millimeter? Yeah. Come on. Come on, boy. Oh, there we go. Boy, they tighten that baby up. So what Harbor Freight ought to do, if Harbor Freight's out there watching, are you watching me, Harbor Freight? Like Harbor Freight's a person. They ought to move this Muffkin in. I'm sure this is coming out of the factory right down the street from where this one's coming out of. Who knows, might even be next door. Might even be in the same factory. Comes with a new gasket. Look, gasket's exactly the same. Look, it even fits right on the studs. Look, fits right on there. Set that right there. Let's see. Let's see if I'm right. Oh, look, it's still sticking out a little bit. I think it might be this Muffkin guard. Let me take that off. Where's the 5/16? Or 8 millimeter 5/16, same thing. Well, I was wrong. I guess I was wrong. Huh. Because this is the muffin that was off, that we looked up, that was for that other engine. So now, because we want to be able to get to the spark plug too, now I got to do some modifications to get that to fit on there. We can't space this off of here because that fan has got to fit up to the shoulder on the crankshaft. Here I thought it was going to bolt right up. And we're off. Just a little. All right, well, you know what? That fan just spins in here. And we're only off a little bit. So I'm not going to sit there and try to cut this muffin and move it in. I'm just going to bang it. I'm just going to put a dent in here. So we'll get our clearance. So I'll just mark where that needs to go. And we'll just beat on that housing and get that thing to sit flush. I thought for sure that this muffin was offset enough that it wasn't going to interfere. Let's take a look at this one. Let's take this cover off and see. I may be able to put this muffin back on once I bang a dent in that housing. It's not like this cover does anything. Oh, don't put your hand on it, it's hot. Oh look, so let's put a little picture of a hand and whatever that means. So what is that, heat wave? Is that the heat wave there? Is that hand waving? Heat wave? Oh, that's how it is. Don't touch, it's hot. So why even have it on there? No, this one looks like it sticks out a lot further. Let's see. Yeah, this one is pretty close in. I thought for sure I had the solution. Just order another muffin. Because usually when I do this conversion, I usually end up cutting this and tucking everything over more. Oh yeah, look at that, sticking way out. That sticks way out. So this is in a lot closer. That's sticking way out. Yeah, usually I got to cut this and move it in. And then since I do that, I still want to be able to get to the spark plug. And whenever you're like lengthening it and moving it, because of vibration, whatever you've done, it wants to do this and then it breaks off. So then I usually got to secure it, make another strap and secure it to another part of the engine to kind of help with the vibration. So this does help. Let me get the rest of this guard off. You're not going to need that. Because we still want to be able to get to the spark plug. I guess another thing I could do, since I got the oxygen and amphetamine torch out, You know, there's many solutions. Beat a dent in that housing. Cut and move the muffin. There's enough room here to get to the spark plug. I could probably heat this up with the torch. And probably kick it in a little bit. We don't need that much to make this work. Let's see. Yeah, we don't need a lot. I mean, even the dent I would have to put in it wouldn't have to be that extreme of a dent. And again, what if you need to replace that housing? Then you're going to have to pound a dent in a new one. Let's heat this up with the torch. Let me cock it in a little bit. I'm going to need to clamp this down. Let me heat this up to my favorite color, cherry red. Good thing there's no gas in it. That's what Mick says. Heat it up to my favorite color, cherry red. All right, Mick. All right, got my big pair of channel locks. Oh yeah. Go a little bit more, just to be safe. All right, Mick. Heat that up, cherry red. I get sick of me saying that cherry red thing, aren't you? Gotta work fast. Cherry red, here we go. Still get to the plug. That'll work. Let's put the bolts in and find out. All right, I know what you're thinking already, because I can hear you through the camera. Well, why didn't you just bent that Harbor Freight one instead of putting that one on there? And I'll tell you why, because this one sticks out a lot further. And if I was to tweak this one like I did that one, it would probably be all the way up against the spark plug. Because look at it from the side. This is flat. This has got like a big old V wedge on the end of it. It's a bigger muffin. I don't know if you can tell from looking on camera there, but this is a lot bigger muffin. It's physically bigger. So if I was to do the same thing and heat it up and try to kick it in, you're not going to be able to get the plug out. It's probably going to be right up against the plug. That's why you got to do this. Your only other choice would be to take a wizard wheel and cut this off and weld a flat panel on there. If you want to do all that, that's up to you. But I'm just showing you what I'm going to do. Trying to do it simple and easy. And another thing you're going to say, well, you put that cover back on there. That cover's on there for a reason. Most of the time when these things come in, this cover's gone. This thing's vibrate and rust around these holes, and the thing's rattling around down there. So what I could do is just cut this part out and bolt it back on, because, you know, the blower fan's going to be all the way up against here. So I'll just cut this. I'll just cut a big section of this out and bolt it back on the muffin, just to make you happy. All right, I got that fan housing on there. Got the muffin on there. We got some clearance, a little bit of clearance. Not much, but that's all we need. And then I chopped on that cover, which is just going to rot off anyway. It'll be back. I'll end up welding this thing on there. But there it is. It's on there now. So now all I got to do is unbolt that engine, bolt this one on, and put the fan on, and I'm going to put never seize on the shaft, so this next time this thing will come off easier, which we sell in our online store. This is the copper anti-seize, which is good for stuff that's going to be outside or exposed to the elements. So I'll never sleaze up that crankshaft, and then we'll put this back on, and I'll find me a new bolt since I bent that other one. And then I gotta clean all that oily mess off of there. So here's a tip when you're putting that fan on. This key, what I do is I take it on the grinder and I grind a bevel on the four sides of the front of the key. So that way when you get it lined up with the keyway, it kind of helps get it started on there. And then sometimes it's a good idea to also file the keyway in the back. Put a little angle on that too. So it kind of finds itself, and then it slides on. And then if you notice, I fit the fan on there first before I put the key in there. Because I want to make sure the fan is going to fit on the shaft. It's not buggered up. And then sometimes you could slide the key in through the keyway in the front, but a lot of times it won't work because it's tight in the shaft. So then you put the key in the keyway, crimp it down, and then that little bevel on the front helps to get it slid on there. It's called pre-fitting the parts before you do it. So you're not sitting there fighting it. So now I'll put this on, and then I'll fill it with dinosaur juice and dinosaur syrup, and then we'll, as Elskin says, fire it up, fire it up, fire it up. That kid's everywhere. So I want to talk a little bit about these oil caps where you fill it with oil. There's one on each side. Now the one on that side is very difficult to get at because it's buried underneath the head. So what you want to do is you want to check to make sure it's tight. Because a lot of times they're loose. Now I just checked that one and it wasn't very tight. I was able to turn it quite a bit to tighten it up. Because you don't want it to seep oil. So check that one on that side if you got one of these engines and make sure it's tight. And then of course you got this little sticker here that shows you where the proper oil level is. And if you notice, they don't show it with this thing screwed in. They show it like that. So that's how you're supposed to check the oil. Or if you notice, it's at the bottom of the threads. So that's your proper oil level at the bottom of the threads. And then this is for your low oil shutdown circuit. There's your little module for that. And then of course I had to make up a special funnel because they make this thing so hard to fill. Now I'm thinking if you're gonna copy this Honda engine and you want to make it better, why don't you make it so this thing is a little bit up more? I never liked that on those Honda engines. They made it difficult to fill. So I made myself a special funnel, you know, where I heated it up with the heat gun, Mr. Heat Gun, and kind of bent it so I can easily fill that. Alright, we're ready to fire it up, fire it up, fire it up. Switch on. Gas is on. It's on choke. The sweet smell of a new engine when you first start it up and it starts burning all that toxic paint fumes off of there. I just love that smell. Well, there you have it. Put the Predator on one of these Vacs. So you're going to have to modify the Muffkin. Same name as my cat, because I named my cat after a Muffkin. And there you have it. We did it. We got it done, got it in, we're gonna get it out. I'll contact the customer, he'll be happy as Laddie. He'll be happy as Laddie, even though his name is Brian. He'll be happy as Larry. And then he can pick his chainsaw up too, because I got a chainsaw for him. There you have it, we got it done. Still sucking up leaves. We ain't got snow like some of y'all in some parts of the nation getting snow. We haven't got any snow yet, but we'll do a snowblower video or two. So subscribe to this YouTube channel, Taryl Fixes All. I'm Taryl, in case you didn't know that. You already know that. Check out our stuff at our website, like that flag. You know where that flag would look good? Hanging in your shop. Or in your front yard, or on the back of your truck. Got new hoodies. I don't know about you, but I go through these hoodies. When I'm doing a lot of grinding and welding and stuff, I always blow these pockets out. So you might want to get rid of that old Taryl hoodie and get this new one. And they're comfy. Look at that. Got the big emblem on the back of all three of us. Follow me with your lawn vacs on Facebook and Instagram. Whoa, whoa! They're trying to vacuum me up with their vacs. And as always, there's your dinner. Woo! Putting the Predator on the Trac Vac. The Predator, it's a Predator, all right. It's gonna hunt them leaves down and suck them up and chop them up because it's a Predator.
Johnny, that's Gucci. Be careful with that.
That's it? I didn't get what I wanted.
Sorry, Johnny. Maybe you should have been a good boy this year. And then Santa would have brought you what you wanted. Oh, wait. There's one more over here with your name on it. Must have got misplaced.
Oh, wow! That's a heavy one. Oh. He brought it! Santa brought it!
What? How did that get in there? Dolores, was that your doing?
Oh, yeah! I'm cutting with it!
Johnny, no! It's very dangerous. You'll chop your hand off with it. Johnny, be careful with that. Johnny! Johnny! Look what you did, Johnny!
I'm sorry, Grandpa! I didn't mean to! It was an accident!
I'm just messing with you there, Johnny.
You really scared me, Grandpa! That wasn't very nice!
I'm sorry, Johnny, but I did it for a reason. You see, I want to show you the importance of chainsaw safety.
A video tutorial would have been a lot safer, don't you think?
It probably would have been, Johnny. It probably would have been.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us here at Grass Rat's Garage. Now there's your dinner! And there's your Christmas dinner.
Oh, don't forget! Happy New Year!
You're a good boy, little Johnny.
That's right, little Johnny.
Oh,